Guys, it's so sad. Regulation H is over, guys. The format's cooked. It's dead. It's over. Nah, I'm just kidding. This format's not dead, guys. There's a great Tuscan. We're good, guys. This format's not dead. Anyways, welcome back to another one. I'm going to get into this. I already recorded this video once. Let's do this again. Okay, so this is the team that won. And this is a very annoying team because the reason people are saying that this format is dead is because of these stupid, dumb, bulky Fluttermanes that have Thunderwave and this stupid Rock Slide Arcanine, my mascot, by the way. I can't believe he's committing crimes like this. But the logic is with this bulky Fluttermane that just refuses to die, you can Thunder Wave and Rock Slide everything, and then just Paraflinch them. Now you may be thinking, that sounds like it's very reliant on luck. And here's the thing, it absolutely is. The thing with these kind of teams is that you actually, yes, it is very reliant on luck in the sense that you fish for it a lot, but it's also not reliant in luck in the sense that, you need it to win. Even if you're not getting any Paraflinches, you're still doing good damage with this Band Arc, and you're still getting speed control with this Fluttermane. So it's not really a trade-off. It's more so just you can get lucky, and if you don't, then you're in no worse position. The thing that's most interesting about this team probably is the Gholdengo. There's been a lot of these Flutter, Arc, Raging Bolt, the Flutter, Wellspring, Arc, Raging Bolt core is very, very popular right now. The question is, what two do you want to round the team off with? I know Marco got top 4 with Dark Ursh over Gholdengo, but Gholdengo, Lando, both very, very consistent options. I know a lot of the Lando in this tour have been running Sansear instead of Sub, but this one has Sub. And then obviously you got the Gholdengo. Now, the thing that is standing out to me about this team is that you actually don't have so many good options to set up the Gholdengo. Yeah, you have Intimidate with Arc, you have Follow Me Direction with Ogerpon, but in a lot of cases, these Gholdengo actually have fake out support, and this one does not have fake out support. So you may find it a little bit more difficult to set up Gholdengo on this team if you aren't as used to using a team like this. But I think that's kind of made up for by the fact that you can Paraflinch people, which is kind of funny. If you're watching, it's not funny to play. Trust me, it sucks. Okay, so this is the second team. This is very similar to what Jeremy Coate used to win, and it's just a very standard balance team. So obviously this Flutter has Protect. So this Flutter is probably not as slow and bulky as the other ones, which allows you to get a taunt off, maybe taunt them before they can T-Wave you. Obviously this team is second and did not win, so maybe it didn't work as well as the player would have liked, but I think it's still a very, very cool option. Plus you have Icy Wind. This is a standard Fluttermane, guys. Nothing new. Fluttermane guide, it's out there, bro. It gives you the spreads. Not like the spreads have already been leaked for these teams. You guys might have them, but if you don't, Fluttermane guide. This is a Tera Electric Life Orb Bolt. Now, a lot of these bolts are either AV or lefties for Calm Mind. This one, there is not an AV and there's not a leftovers. There is a Life Orb. So this is doing a lot more damage. Plus you have that Tera Electric T-Bolt, Tera Electric T-Clap, which is very strong. It can nuke stuff like crazy, especially considering that you don't need a boost like you do normally. Then we have this Ogerpon Hearth Flame. Actually, okay, hold on. One important thing to note is you can actually, Draco switch, and you're still getting that Life Orb boost, while, the Calm Mind boosts, if you're running Draco, which you probably aren't, but if you were, you have to switch out. Photosynthesis, you'd have to switch out. So Life Orb is a cool option because it's actually boosting this Draco as well as the electric moves, and it's every time you switch out. Anyways, this is a standard Ogerpon, guys. It's just Progressive Glide, Swords Dance. It's nothing new. We've seen this thousands of times. This is not anything interesting. The most interesting thing about this Rillaboom, high horsepower. That's it. This is another Sash Ursh. This is a balance. This is a very standard balance team. There's nothing crazy, but this Ursh has been around since Reg D. Nothing really to talk about. It's 252. It's 252. So yeah, and then we have Will-O-Wisp Instant with Will-O-Wisp Instant is kind of cool. Terra Grass is cool as well, but I think the main thing is the Citrus Berry. So the logic with Citrus Berry is you can train this Incineroar to survive Searching Strikes relatively easily, which is the main physical attack that it's kind of struggling into, and then you can dump the rest into Special Defense, which allows you to be both physically bulky and specially bulky, because really the only thing that's Incineroar is dying 2 in 1 hit physically is that Surging Strikes, but with that Citrus Berry you can have enough health where you can live it relatively safely. So next is Marco's team, which is very similar to the winning one, except with a Dark Ursh over the Gholdengo. This one also has Sansear Storm on the Landorus instead of Sub, which is interesting. But the logic here is very similar. You just T-Wave, you Rock Slide, you Paraflinch people. I'm wondering if this team might be a little bit more consistent going forward, just because the Gholdengos maybe don't have as good set of options. There's no doubt that the Gholdengo was the best for this specific tournament because it won. But the question is that Gholdengo going to be something that we're going to be seeing going forward into the next Global Challenge and the next regional, which is Toronto, my hometown regional? So are we going to be seeing this Gholdengo at these kind of events, or is Gholdengo just a good call for this event? Who knows? We'll probably see more online tournaments and more Global Challenge results to kind of back up the fact that Gholdengo is or is not the best piece for this team. I personally believe that Dark Ursh is probably going to pick up in usage just because Goldengo is you have to set it up. You can't just start sending Make It Rains for the most part. So with this Dark Ursh, you don't need that time to set up, but you still have like a very offensive damage piece. So it's also important to keep in mind that Marco got fourth. He was 2 wins away from winning the tournament with this team. So I think like having a good result with this kind of team might show that this team might be a bit more consistent. Even if it didn't win, it might be better going forward. But who knows? That's just my own personal prediction. Apart from that, this is just the same kind of team we've seen. Pretty much exactly the same as the other one. Alright, Sun. So this just is horrible. I mean, this is Sleep Powder, Terra Stellar. And you might be thinking, no guys, this is great. This is good. I can fake out this Lilligant. No, you can't, because it has upper hand. So you're then playing a 50-50 on if you're going to click that fake out. And if you're not, then, oh boy, you're getting Sleep Powdered. And this Torkoal is actually interesting. It's a Heat Rock and not Charcoal, not Specs, not Jetpack. The logic with Heat Rock is that, first of all, you have so many offensive pieces with the Walking Wake, with the Flutter Mane, with the Bolt, with the Lando, that, like, realistically, you probably don't need the damage. Like, you have enough damage on this team. But having the Sun support plus a Yawn and Helping Hand is very, very helpful, especially into pieces like that Cresselia, which oftentimes would run the safety goggles. You can just Yawn them, and then they're just cooked. Which is, like, great, because they can't really get around that. I don't know. Actually, maybe they can. I don't know if Lunar Blessing gets rid of Drowsiness. I would assume it probably does not. Then you got the Covert Cloak Walking Wake. I think this Walking Wake is booster special attack. This Walking Wake, oftentimes they run like Life Orb. Obviously the Life Orb is nowhere. Oh, it's on Lando. Okay, that was probably the dumbest thing I've ever said. This Covert Cloak on the Walking Wake allows you to be immune to the Icy Winds. It allows you to be immune to flinches. It allows you to be immune to Moonblast drops. So this Walking Wake is a lot harder to slow down than you might think, and it's booster special attack, which allows it to do a lot of damage. Now, if we look at like a Walking Wake spread, like you can do something like this. 176 is very fast. What else is that 109? I think that's like the same as like, I think it's the same as Torn. I want to say it's the same as Torn. It's very similar to Torn. So basically, you're only like a bit slower than Torn, which is like very fast. Plus you have that booster special attack, and you can't really be slowed down with anything. And you also can't be fake outed, so that's very nice. Then we got the Specs Flutter. This is great to pair with Torkoal. I mean, this Helping Hand, Terra Fairy, Deagling, just nuke everything. Like, it's just a very consistent core and combo that we've seen before. Then we got this Sandsear, Terra Poison, Lando. This is a very standard Lando. Most of them are either running Steel or Poison. This one, obviously, running Poison with that Sandsear Storm. And then we have the Raging Bolt. Now, I said earlier that this Raging Bolt is an offensive piece. This is actually not true. This Raging Bolt is a little bit more defensive. If you look at this team, you'll notice that the defensive and offensive pieces are maybe a bit more black and white than on other teams. For example, this Walking Wake and this Flutter Mane, this Landorus are very obviously offensive pieces. Then we have this very obvious defensive Torkoal and this defensive Bolt and this kind of supportive Lilligant. I think it's very interesting to see teams kind of say, like, these are the pieces that we're going to use to kill you. How are you actually going to respond to that? And the answer is probably not very well, because these pieces are just so oppressive. Now, if we look at something like Marco's team compared to the Sun team, like the Hark has Intimidate, but it's obviously banded offensive piece. This Flutter is supposed to be offensive, but it's trained to be very defensive with very supportive moveset. This is kind of in between. This is obviously offensive, this is in between, and then this is offensive. I think it's just interesting where the Sun team is like, these are the pieces that we're going to use, and these teams are a bit less black and white with the support and offensive roles. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I guess I should go back to this page. Let me know what you guys think. This format is dead, guys. It's not. It's really not. It's really not. Like, look, we have Cresselia, Iron Valiant, we have Bandurus, we have Great Tusk. The reason people say this format is dead is because this Paraflinch team is really difficult to beat, but I don't think it's dead, guys. Like, there's hard Trick Rooms here, unfortunately. Porygon's here. There's like there's Iron Boulder, like Corviknight. There's Dondozo, Cresselia. There's Dondozo, Cresselia, Kingambit, Jugulus, Moltres. Like, there's just a lot of teams that are still good in this format. I think that the format's not really dead. I think it just is probably going through a tough spot right now, but I enjoy this format. I hope you guys enjoy this format too. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.